Hello and welcome to my Supernatural Diary, Part 4. This is Erica with Redeeming Thunder, and we're here to talk about um, the Hebrew Bible. This is our journey diving into the Lord being our scholar and teaching us his his knowledge, his path into reaching an intimate relationship with the Lord. There are many ways to have intimate relationship with the Lord. You can pray, you can worship. The journey that He has been taking me is researching um, the Jewish Bible. So, um, if this is your journey as well, um, let's learn together. And Mishnah, study by repetition. The word is shana, to study and to review. It's the first major writer collection, the Jewish oral traditions and the oral Torah. First major rabbinic literature. During this time, the Pharisees would state oral traditions from the Second Temple period, 516 BCE through 700 CE, mostly written in Mishnaic Hebrew, some parts in Aramaic. All right. Mishnah has 6 parts, so 6 orders, and those are also called shas. The 6 orders are 1. Zeraim, seeds, dealing with prayer and blessings, tithes, and agricultural laws. 11. Tractates, Moed, festival, pertaining to laws of the Sabbath and festivals. 12. Tractates, Nashim, this is concerning women, advice for women and marriage and divorce, some forms of oaths and laws of Nazirite, 7 tractates. Number 4 is Nezikin, quote unquote damages, dealing with civil and criminal law, the functioning of courts and oaths. 10 tractates. Number 5 is COHESION, the holy things regarding sacrificial rites, temples, dietary laws. 11 tractates. When it's talking about dietary, I recall Suda is one of the words, and that means third meal. So during the Sabbath, the custom is to make sure you eat 3 meals, and the meal starts whenever the Sabbath is. So in that month. So for example, if it's not always Saturday. So if it's Friday, if it starts on Friday, it's the evening of. So if it was Saturday, so it would be starting the evening of, so Friday, and then you'd have to eat a meal then, and then eat a meal on Saturday morning and Saturday afternoon. That would be considered a whole 24 hours a day. And there's certain things you're supposed to eat, and especially bread, for all of the holidays except for the Passover. You don't eat regular bread. It has to be non-rising bread. All right, number 6 is Tohorot, pertaining to the laws of purity, impurity, including impurity of dead, laws of food. Okay, so that one would be the food. So excuse me, since number 5 is number 6. All right. So when we're talking about purity, it's purity and bodily purity. 12 tractates. And Babylonian Talmud, 600 or 700 order of the Mishnah, organized into 6 orders, Ezra scribe, dictated from memory, not only 24 book of Tanakh, but 600 esoteric books. 60 esoteric books. 4/2/2023, I asked the Lord, because He gave me several words, about 9 different segments on that day. I asked, just to clarify once more, you want me to give word to the people, the number 2. And then He says, yes, my daughter, give to the people this warning. When do I post it? Tonight, or as soon as possible. So during that time, it was 11:02 p.m. Number 2, I put it in 9 segments. So number 2 is Ashi Namakosi. And to give definition, it's alas. Hades, underworld, is she. And then A is alas. Na, pray, please pray now, in entreaty. Ma, for the purpose of. Kosi, my cup overflow, it's saturated. So, this word is for everyone. And some of the other words given on the same day was shi, ka, sa, da. And that was said 5 times. In that moment, I already know that she is a derivative of Sheol, so that would be hell. Ka, here thus now, and that is also means that is its own chapter, like its own series. It's very vast, but that would mean here I am. In Hebrew, the word is Ha'ini, and spelled Hieni. So God can say to us, here I am, but He also wants us to tell Him, here I am. So when He's giving us a calling, when He's calls our name, sometimes, to give an example, sometimes I'll be watching TV or I'll be doing something and I can hear Him say, sit for a minute, or raise your hands in the air and praise me, or get on your knees and pray, or I could hear, go in your secret place because I need to talk to you. I can hear Him say that. And so, or I just get my notebook and I get my pen and I say, yes, what would you like? What do you want to tell me? I am here. So that's an example. I don't know what He needs. I don't know what He wants from me. But even still, I'm ready to hear Him and ready to obey. So that's what Ka, in a nutshell. Sa, it's dazzling, glowing, clear, and it has some verses to that. And Ta is a derivative of Tamim and Tama, which is its own chapter. Like, more so its own book. It's very vast. And we'll get into that on a different day. The other words given were Ola Basana, Sha Dakosi, Sabata, Sabata 5 times, Shiko, and that one Ko would be Koh 5 times. Ko Ma Ga Shana. Solo Sana Sisa Ola Basan. Ola Ba Shata. A little backstory. I was baptized in the Holy Spirit about 20 years ago. And during that time, that is when I first received my very first vision. That was very, very impactful, powerful. And recently, the Lord has told me that at that time, 20 years ago, on that day He gave me that vision, He also gave me a new name. And I'll talk later about that specific vision on a different post because it's its own thing. But which is really amazing in itself to be given a special name, a new name from the Lord. And again, I believe that the Lord has a new name for everyone, a special name. But of course, one would receive and know about it if we dug deeper and had that intimate time. It's not just for me; it's for you too. And this is the journey that He's taking me to be able to discover that that's what He was wanting to tell me. But I wouldn't have discovered it if I just, you know, never took the time to talk to Him and never took the time to pray and obey. I did so because I had nothing else. I was in really deep despair, and I had gone through a lot of loss, and I guess I was in um, a lot of hard times, and I was praying, and I was singing a certain song called Know You, and it repeats it, I want to know you, really know you, Lord, I want to know you more, I want to know you, really know you, Lord, nothing matters more. And I just kept singing that song over and over again. I did not create that song. That was a beautiful song that I found on YouTube one day. And I just felt like, for once in my life, I need to try something to heal all this pain and heartbreak, betrayal, what I had gone through from close ones, um, family members. And anyway, um, there's certain things that only God can heal. And your spouse is there, and although they're trying to help you, they just don't know how, especially if you're going through a lot of loss. And so in the moments of trying to get rid of the heartache, I was at the same time trying to allow God to heal me. In that sense, I must have been praying the right things to say to the Lord, because the Holy Spirit was praying for me. And then I must have been singing these songs that the Lord was putting in my path. And that all of that, with breaking down generational curses and um, breaking down strongholds, and just immersing myself in the presence of God, I somehow unlocked these doors well, God unlocked them for me, but I went through them. I went through those doors that were open, and I was understanding that praying in the Holy Spirit was a real language. I thought it was maybe could be like a heavenly language, or language that I maybe, I don't know, that I was too vast. But then I started writing these words down that I was praying, and the journey began with one of the first words that I wrote down was Deba, which means Deborah, which means swarm of bees, which gave strong number and verses that tie in with that, which interested me because it was stating prophetess. And I was just like in awe, because I'm like, what do you mean, prophetess? Are you telling me I'm going to be prophetess? Because I started in the Holy Spirit, praying the Holy Spirit. I was receiving prophetic word. And that was all um, last year. And I had no idea that this was a gift that I even would ever have. I I was then fascinated, and like something awoke in me, and I was no longer bored by reading the Bible. And I'm not trying to be mean, but I hope you guys can understand that sometimes the Bible is very vast, and it has speaks in like old English language, and so it's a little bit confusing to understand. So then sometimes you have to research it in a different version so that you can understand. But I just want to say that I wanted to say that my job here is to help you get to that secret place with the Lord. And if that means you being a scholar to get there, then that is your journey too. And the secret place, the intimate relationship, is the extra oil. I will continue more on this topic in the next video. Stay tuned. God bless you.